Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is December 27th, 2020. Now, yesterday when I was doing the live stream, I came across this story about the young freshman running back who played for the University of Utah who died yesterday at the age of 19, and I wasn't able to cover it. So I looked over it today, and yes, this looks like another ritual murder, no doubt about it. So we're gonna break down what really happened to this football player, and we're gonna discuss the numerical ritual behind his death. Appreciate everybody who joined us today. If you guys can, at the end of the video, please hit the like button so more people can come across this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should, because we put out information every single day, and we expose a lot of the wrongdoing that's going on in the world every single day. And if you like, you can share the video so other people can come across this information and become aware of what's really going on in the everyday world. A lot of people worship these football players, they worship these football teams, and they have no idea what it really takes to become a football player. A lot of sick stuff goes on behind closed doors that a lot of us, had no idea what's going on until we discovered this practice of Gematria, the code that's used to pretty much script everything in the mainstream media. Every sports game, everything on your television, everything you guys see through your TV, it's all been coded. It's all a deception. And the language that they use to code all of these events is called Gematria, the simple practice of coding numbers into words. The games are rigged and scripted by the code, and like how we point out every single day in this channel, a lot of times the players are eventually murdered by this code, and a lot of them are murdered at a young age, like Mr. Ty Jordan, who was only 19 years old. Again, this stuff goes on every single day, literally. But we're gonna read into the headline to see what really happened, what they say happened to him. So it says here that Ty Jordan dies. Star Pac-12 running back from Utah dies by gunshot at 19. And hopefully you guys can see that. So this is the reporting. It says that Ty Jordan, the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year from the University of Utah, has died at age 19. He suffered a gunshot wound while visiting his home in Texas, the school said. The Denton, Texas Police Department said officers responded to a shooting call at 10:38 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Upon arrival, officers discovered Jordan, who had been shot one time. Life-saving measures on the scene were applied, and he was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following a preliminary investigation, we do believe that this was an accidental shooting, where the victim accidentally shot himself. Denton Police Department Public Information Officer Allison Beckwith told ESPN. So again, they saying that he shot himself and then I guess he died from his injuries, right? But that's not the case. This man was murdered, and we are gonna prove that here. Okay, so the first thing is that one of the main things that they mentioned. If you read the first sentence, right? They write out his name, and then they mention that he was a Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year. They want to acknowledge him for that award, for that achievement, because probably by him getting that achievement, it probably cost him his life. Because notice when you write out Pac-12 in Gematria, it sums to 19 like his age of death. And of course, the word shot equals 19. Right? That's a very common number, the number 19, when it comes to shooting. We see that number a lot. There was an interview with Oprah and the rapper 50 Cent, who was supposed to be shot 9 times. And if you watch that interview, one of the questions that Oprah asks 50 Cent is, she asks him, how does it feel to be shot? This is how she phrased the question. And then she says, did you feel the first one or the ninth one? She was referring to his bullet wounds, right? Did he feel the first one or the ninth one? The reason she phrased that question like that is because she was coding the number 19 in her question. Because the word shots is 19, the word rap is 19, and of course 50 Cent is a rapper who was shot 9 times, right? So in this case here with Todd Jordan, he died at the age of 19, and supposedly he shot himself. And he was the freshman player of the year for the Pac-12, right? Pac-12 equals 19. If you read further into the story, they mentioned, I guess we can go to it now. They mentioned his stats, right? Because, when he achieved this award, there's a reason he achieved it. It's because of his performance. And just look for exactly where they point out his stats. I want you guys to notice the numbers that they put out in the reporting. Okay, so this is not the article. So I linked the wrong article. So so gunshot wound. So Todd Jordan's. See if I can find it. Todd Jordan gunshots at 19. I want to find the exact article. Okay, so this is the article that I was supposed to link this article. This is the article that I have posted on my blog. Okay, so now let's look at the stats that they put out there for us to look at. Okay, so here it is. If you notice the top sentence, it says that Jordan ran for 597 yards with 6 touchdowns on 83 carries in 5 games for Utah. Now, the number 83 is a number that we always talk about here. The word murder in Gematria is 83. The word football is 83. Just notice, right? Football. This is the cipher where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, all the way to Z, the 26th letter. Football is 83. Think about who's the face of football. Tom Brady. Look up his birthday. He was born on August 3rd, right? 8/3. When Tom Brady was in his prime, a lot of people debated whether him or Peyton Manning was the face of the league. Go look up Peyton Manning's date of birth. He was born on the 83rd day of the year. This is a big number with football here. 83. And this is why this football player, he had 83 carries before he died. That's a faithful number as well, It's an important number to football, but it's also a faithful number because in Gematria, the word murder is 83. Murder is 83. The song Murder by Numbers came out in 1983. And if you read the lyrics to that song, it talks about how murdering people is as easy as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Similar to what Gematria is, right? A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So that explains his 83 carries and why he probably got that achievement award. Because his 83 carries led to his murder. The day he died was yesterday on December 26th. That was a day with 38 numerology, another faithful number that we talk about a lot. Because murder is 83 in reverse, and then it's 38 when you apply the rules of numerology. So this cipher is different than the cipher that I showed you guys earlier. This cipher is the alphabetic order in reverse. So this cipher A is actually 26 and Z is 1. And that's how you get the value of 83 in murder. Right, so you just flip the alphabetic order in reverse. when you apply the rules of numerology, which means you convert all the double digit letters into single digit numbers, the word murder, it equals 38. So he had this 83 carries during his football career, and then he dies on December 26th, the day with 38 numerology. And of course, death is also 38, killing, R.I.P. We could be here all day talking about 38 and 83. These numbers, the reason we have to point them out is because, just reading the headline, they made it really easy for us to prove our case. A lot of people debate this stuff as, people die, things happen. Yeah, things do happen in the everyday world, but people are also murdered. Serial killers do exist. And this is the way to catch them, because these serial killers, the people who conduct these rituals, they leave a code behind. And something that a lot of you don't have any idea about. So this is why we're pointing it out. It's not that, people die. We know that. People die all the time. But how many people go to the NFL? How many people are this successful in college sports? Do you know anybody in college sports or professional sports? And if you do know them, ask them about this. Ask them if the games are rigged and scripted. I mean, if it wasn't rigged and scripted, it would be really hard for us to predict the winner every single day like we do in this community. There's a lot of people in this community that can tell you who's going to win the games before the games are even played. And the reason we are able to do that is because, like I said earlier, the games are all rigged and scripted by this code. So if the games are rigged and scripted, what makes you guys think that there's nothing else going on? Like people being murdered by the same code that they script the games by. I don't get it. A lot of you, this stuff is just not going to reach you, a lot of you. And it's unfortunate because, well, whatever. If you don't want to embrace this information, it's up to you. A lot of you watch my videos and still troll the information. I don't get it. If you don't believe any other stuff, you don't have to watch. There's a lot of people who are bright and intelligent out there, and those are the people I'm trying to reach. Everybody else, just want to say, my condolences to you. But back to Todd Jordan. It says here that he was born on November 21st, and this is actually a typo because he didn't die on the 25th. He actually died on the 26th. But he still died 35 days after his birthday. So we're going to do it here so you guys can see this. I put that he died on the 35th day of his age, but that's incorrect. He died 35 days after his birthday. So, which is, a very important number. I'm going to speak about it in a second. So look. So November 21st is his birthday, right? November 21st. What's going on? November 21st, 2001. He was born, right? He finished the season with 597 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. On December 26, 2020, Jordan died in Texas, the victim of an apparent accidental gunshot. Todd Jordan, right? So from November 21st to the day he died on December, his birthday. And just notice what his name in Gematria sums to. It sums to 35. Why are these screenshots so small? I'm sorry about that, guys. I usually make these a lot bigger, but for some reason they just came out small. But Todd Jordan, because it's the Catholic Church, the people who conduct these rituals. These are the people responsible for this man's death. If you're looking for a suspect, look no further than the Catholic Church. But notice Todd Jordan also sums to 107 and 109, just like the word shooting. Right? He dies in an accidental shooting. His name sums to 107 and 109, just like shooting. Come on. I mean, this stuff is undeniable, man. And it's like, are you guys not looking at the information? Even in 109, just like shooting. And then his name sums to 35. He dies 35 days after his birthday. And his name is also 46, like sacrifice. Something that I found very, very interesting. Remember what I said? He was born November 21st. His head coach, Kyle Whittingham, has the same birthday as him. So he also died 35 days after his head coach's birthday. What are the odds, right? But something that I was looking at is that if you measure to his upcoming birthday, he died 331 days before his upcoming birthday, and that's the 67th prime number. Blood sacrifice is 67, like human sacrifice, right? 331, the 67th prime. Of course, blood sacrifice is 67, human sacrifice is 67, and the guy's surname, right? His name is Jordan. So there's definitely a basketball connection here because as a player, he wore the number 22. And that's a basketball number. Basketball in Gematria, it sums to 22. And then the guy's surname is Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And the reason I got Kobe up there is because when I was doing a live stream yesterday, see, basketball was 22. He wore the number 22 as a player. When I was doing a live stream yesterday, someone pointed out how his brother, he is survived by his brother named Kobe. Just think about that. So we have here, so I guess his brother's name is Kobe Jordan. Two of the greatest basketball players of all time. But the connection between this football player and Kobe is that Kobe Bryant died earlier this year on the 26th day of the year, on January 26th. And then this football player dies on the last month of the year, on the 26th of the last month, 26th of December. And Jordan sums to 26. And of course, Jordan also sums to 37, just like shooting. So Jordan, same gematria as Bryant, two of the greatest basketball players of all time. I won't be surprised if Jordan dies on the 26th of a month. Not sure what day, but it's very possible. They might just mock the people that way. Have Jordan and Bryant die. They could probably die on the same day. Who knows? But these people, they love to put the stuff right in front of people. And people people look at it like, oh, that's just a coincidence that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant both died on January 26th. I won't be surprised if that does happen. But yeah, Jordan 26. He dies on the 26th. His name is 37, like shooting. He has a brother named unbelievable. And his name Ty Jordan is also 35 and 46. And I'm thinking about like how LeBron was 35, became 4 and 6 in the finals. Kobe died a day after LeBron surpassed him on the all-time scoring list. That's another coincidence that people brush off, Think about somebody surpassing you on the all-time scoring list and then you passing away the next day. And then the guy does it in your hometown when the Lakers only play Philadelphia once that year, this season. They only played them once this last season. So just think about that, man. Just the odds of that happening is really, really unbelievable. LeBron had one chance to surpass Kobe in his hometown, and he did it. And then for that to happen, that alone is remarkable. And then for the next day, for Kobe Bryant to die, I mean, I don't know what's the odds of all that happening back to back like that. But ask yourself this, and look at the time that they reported that this happened at 10:38, and then this happened on a day with 38 numerology, death, murder, killing, R.I.P. all 38. A guy named Ty Jordan. And speaking of shooting, think about how Jordan and Kobe Bryant were shooting guards. Man. Accidental. Just like how Kobe died in an accidental crash. Yeah. So I guess we can leave it there. If I do find anything else, I'll probably leave a comment under the video, and if I need to make any corrections, I'll just look at the comment section for any updates. But those of you who those of you who are new here, I recommend you watch other videos. And if you guys are related to this man, I recommend that you share this video with his family members. Let them know what really happened to Ty Jordan. Ty Jordan was a ritual sacrifice for his university. And speaking of his university, think about how this player, he attended the University of Utah. Going back to Kobe and Jordan, think about how Kobe's last game was against the Utah Jazz, and Michael Jordan's last shot to win his sixth championship came against the Utah Jazz. And of course, the Utah Jazz has been a big franchise this year because it was because of them, supposedly, that the NBA was suspended. When Rudy Gobert, the 7'1" center, caught coronavirus on the 71st day of the year. So Jordan played for Utah. Man, it's just mocking. One thing I want to do before we end it, I want to just measure from Michael Jordan's birthday. I forgot to do that. I did it yesterday. I remember it was. So, let's see. Because he passed away yesterday. 313 days. That's the 65th prime. Or 53 days before Michael Jordan's upcoming birthday. Or you could say 54 days. I know Jesuit Order is 54. Los Angeles is 53. He played for Utah Utes. Oh, look at that. So Utah Utes is also 101, the 26th prime. He died on the 26th. And it's also 25 like death, 115 like killing. University of Utah is 233, the 51st prime. Oh, look at that. University of Utah is also 199, the 46th prime. Like how Todd Jordan equals 46. Sacrifice equals 46. Yeah, there's always more. I try to keep these videos very short because people have this short attention span that, once they come across a video, they don't understand it. They just click out of it and then go watch something else that's, unimportant, irrelevant to anything. There's nothing more relevant than this information. This stuff can literally save your life. It can save your family member's life. A person called yesterday and said that he had a cousin that played college football, and I told him, you should speak to him and you should, talk to him about Todd Jordan, who passed away at the age of 19. Point this out to him. There's a lot of you who may have family members who play in these leagues. I don't know. I don't know anybody in professional sports. I did grow up with Kemba Walker, but I haven't seen Kemba Walker in over 10 years. So, and I guarantee you, if I go up to Kemba Walker and say, Kemba Walker, how come the Boston Celtics didn't go to the finals last season? He's not gonna tell me. So it doesn't really. At the end of the day, I don't even think these players are gonna admit that they perform rigged sports, but it's good to just at least tell them because I am not 100% sure that they know that they are going to eventually be ritualistically murdered. And if they don't know that much, I think we should at least tell them, even if they already know it. Just tell them, because that cleans your conscience. Because if your family member ends up in the headlines, at least you can say, "Well, I told them so." You know, it's better to say something than not say anything at all, and then, you know, your cousin is Tyler Jordan, and you're like, "Damn, I could have said something to him. I could have let him know about Murder by Numbers and the song The Police. The song Murder by Numbers by the band The Police. I could have told him that football is 83 like murder. I could have told him this, but I didn't." Turn on, you go on TMZ and then it says, so and so dead at 38. And you're like, "Ma, look, cousin Harold just died in an accidental shooting." That's the reason I make these videos. That's the real reason I make these videos. The guy has the same birthday as his head coach. That's 35 days from the head coach's birthday and from his own birthday. And his name sums to 35. Then he got a brother named Kobe. And his name is Jordan. Dies on the 26th, just like Kobe Bryant. And then they got the nerve to say he is survived by his brother Kobe. That's another thing. How come they didn't say he is survived by his mother or his sister or his cousin or his father? No, they chose his brother. He is survived just by his brother because his brother name is Kobe. That's the only person that is going to remember him, is his brother named Kobe. His mother, his uncle, his sister, his aunt, his dog, his cat, none of them are going to mourn Tyler Jordan. Only his brother named Kobe. They just had to put the Kobe in there, huh? Oh, man. And of course, somebody's going to come under the video and say, this is a conspiracy. I don't believe it. Let me address a couple of the trolls before we end it, because I don't like to do it every day, but I'm going to take one day out of the year to do it. Because I don't know if you guys are trolling or it's just that you guys are just, this information is not getting to you. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to respond to your question. And if you want to, the person that leaves these comments, that watches all the videos but doesn't believe any of the things that I say, if you watch this video and you want to respond to what I have to say, you can leave a comment. I'm going to respond to the trolls, to the people who, for some reason, watch every single video, yet dismiss this information, which is just strange. That's why I refer to you as a troll. Because how can you watch all of my videos and still not agree with the things that I'm pointing out? So there's only one comment that I want to address. Everybody else, you're going to have to wait your turn. So where this, his name is Reginald Beard. I want you guys to see, and he leaves a comment every single day. He leaves the same comment every single day. The majority of the people who leave comments are very intelligent, so this is why I don't address anybody, because the majority rules. As long as 90% of you are smart, then that's all that really matters. But I just want to address Reginald Beard, because Reginald Beard, I don't know if you're a troll or just that this information is not getting to you. So I'm going to help you out. I can't even find your comment. Man, where is Reginald Beard? For those of you that troll this information, you got to stop, because people who are new to this, they love to run to the comment section and see what other people think about it, because sometimes they're confused. So they want, here it is, Reginald Beard. Sometimes a lot of people, they run to the comment section because they don't understand what I'm talking about in the video. So they look for comments because that's a way for them to see what other people think about it. If the majority, if there's like a group of people that say, yeah, this stuff is true, people are being murdered ritualistically, a person that's new to the video may say, oh man, look, there's a bunch of people that believes this or thinks the same way as this guy in the video. So maybe there's something to this. But when you guys leave comments like this, it's annoying, especially when you leave comments like this every single day. Look what he wrote. He says, what do you just pull stats from the air or make up your own stats? San Jose has 20 murders a year. I can't believe you even said that. Bullshit. And I guarantee you won't even be coming out with no book in February. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, so what he's talking about is, I covered the death of this rapper. And I came across an article that said that in San Jose, they average about 2 homicides a year. Now, that's the article that said that. If it's not true, then, my bad. Because I was just going by what the article was saying. And you could Google this. I think San Jose, California, they don't average that much of homicides. I don't know, because I don't know if any of these sources are reliable, because you seem to know more about San Jose than I do. So, but just show you what I found. Okay, so it says here the San Jose murder homicide rate for 2018 was 2.7 per 100,000 population. So 2 people out of every 100,000 died in 2018. But that's not what I read in my other find. I read it was even lower than that. That was 2018. 2020 could have easily been lower. But you missed the whole point of the video, which that's what makes me think that you're really a troll, because you look for one thing that you don't agree with, or maybe it's not true, and then that's what you wanted to base your comment on, instead of pointing out all the other things that I pointed out in the video that are relevant and accurate. You wanted to point out something that you can challenge, like, oh, the murder rate is not 1 person per year or 2 person. Okay, maybe it's a little bit higher. But what I was trying to show in the video was, what are the odds that the 2 most known rappers from San Jose, California, are killed in a shooting only 2 months apart from each other, when the murder rate is not even that high in San Jose? That's what I was trying to point out. And then he says that I'm not coming out with a book in February. Where's your proof of that? I can show you I'm writing a book. Why would I lie about that? I'm showing you my book so you can see that I am writing a book. Look, it's called The Gematria Murders, right? This is the book that I'm writing. See that? All of this stuff I'm writing on all of these people. This is my book. I am writing a book. So I don't understand why you say these things. These things are not true. Right? The death of David Stern. And there's a lot more. I'm not writing a book. So what is this? You see? You got to stop leaving these comments, because it's annoying and it damages the video. A lot of you say, ignore the trolls. Ignore the trolls. You cannot ignore the trolls, because I have a lot of friends and that, they don't believe in Gematria. I don't know why, but the information that I put out and that I present every single day is not getting to my friends for some reason. And one of the first things they say is, I'm not going to believe it because look what Reginald Beard said. He said that if you're just pulling stats from the air, And, that's how dumb people are. They run to the comment section and they see what other people say instead of listening to the video and researching things that I say to see if it's accurate and putting the information to work on your own. No, they want to see what Reginald Beard has to say. Reginald Beard is a troll. He has to be a troll. He says I'm not coming out with a book when I am coming out with a book. That's a troll comment. That's something that a troll would say. And then another guy, his name is, I think this guy is a troll. This guy is a troll. I know. He says, dude, 1,103 days is chump change. Is this a broke site? Because I was pointing out how I made $1,100 in the last 3 days betting on rig sports, and he says that's chump change, and he does this every single time. Every single video that I make, he leaves a negative comment. He says, people die. That's why a 19-year-old decided to shoot himself. Man, you guys are, I don't know. I don't know. Are they paid? Todd Jordan has family. Why are you leaving these comments? He has a family. His family might come across this video. This might help his family mourn his death. I don't know if they can mourn his death. I mean, the guy's dead, but it can bring some type of ease to know what really happened to him. It's just I know members of his family don't believe that he shot himself. I know some of them are like, why would he do that? Why would he play around with a gun? He has his whole life ahead of him. He had this wonderful football career that he was in the University of Utah. We paid all that money for him to go to University of Utah, and he kills himself at the age of 19. How much money you think this guy's family invested in him and going to this university? He probably got scholarships, but I guarantee you they still came out of pocket. His family is probably very, very wealthy, and they invested a lot of money into this football player. And if I'm making a video exposing what really happened to him, why are you guys choosing to diminish the video by leaving a negative comment? And you're pointing out things that are irrelevant to the video. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want people doing that to this video, because this is a 19-year-old that was murdered, man. And he probably has family who are wondering what really happened to him. Stop doing that. Stop doing that to my channel. Stop doing that to Zach's channel, to Shakozi's channel, all the people that put out Gematria. Stop doing that to their channel. It's wrong, because we are doing something that a lot of you don't even have the balls to do. A lot of you don't have the balls to come in front of a camera, show your face, and fight this evil empire. You guys are treating us like we're the enemy, and we're not the enemy. We're trying to fight the enemy. You're not doing us a favor by leaving these negative comments. Let's put an end to this. This 19-year-old did not have to die yesterday. He didn't even make it to the new year. Every time Christmas comes around and the New Year's comes around, his family is going to remember his death. His family will never, ever be able to enjoy another Christmas or enjoy a new year, because they lost Mr. Todd Jordan. But you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.